All right, everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to Dreamhack Winter 2013, the AMD Sapphire Battlefield 4 Championship here in Sweden. And we have Fnatic going up against Epsilon. This is actually going to be game number 2, Dawnbreaker, coming up in just a bit. And, you know, it seems like everything is fine according to what's going on with Epsilon. So we're just going to have to see how it works out.
Yeah. Big pressure on Epsilon's shoulders now. It's best of 3. Fnatic managing to pick up that first map, and Fnatic, a lot of people's tournament favorites to go ahead and win this, never lost an event at LAN, so that's a big thing on their shoulders. You know, a lot of pressure on the Fnatic boys as well. You got to think of it that way. You know, having that sort of, I don't know how you would really call it, that accolade, I guess, on the shoulders, and you want to try and keep that up. Obviously, that's going to be a big pressure for them. But now it seems like the second map is going to get on the way, and I'm just looking at the breakoff straight away, and you can see Epsilon. They're going to just lock down the C flag. Fnatic, meanwhile, they're going to go for A, but you guys have actually been voting.
Actually jump into the action, by the way.
What was that?
Yep. No, we just want to jump into the game.
There you go. Well, you guys have been voting at home as well. For any of you that don't know how to do so, exclamation mark Fnatic, exclamation mark Epsilon, and that will bring up the instructions on exactly how to vote. Click to tweet links, and I wonder how you guys have been voting right now. It seems like it's going to be 65 to 35, so just edging a little bit more in Fnatic's favor. But guys at home, keep tweeting out the stream and keep voting as well.
That's right. So now let's see what's going on with Morte here. He wasn't really making a lot of noise in that last game, but you know, his teammates were definitely doing it for him here. Of course, pressure is going to be on Epsilon now, as they are going to be the ones playing on the back foot. They have, this is it right here. I mean, we have 2 best of 3s going on, and the winners will go on to face off against each other in the Dream Arena, which is going to be going on later today at around, I believe, 3. So it's going to be, it's going to be going on around 3 p.m. So be on the lookout for that. It's going to be happening in a couple hours from now. So now Morte not really getting much around here, but for the most part, though, it seems like they're going to be holding down their positions lovely. Morte able to find one that's going to be Core. Another one right around the corner is going to be Gera, able to follow that one up as well, but it seems like there was going to be a trade now, seeing what's going on with Unfixed.
Fnatic doing a great job of just locking down this meeting room. Unfixed just saw someone bunny hop across. He's going to call that out to Valutation, no doubt, and he should be able to come up big. He's not actually going to be able to do so. Valutation getting shut down. Morte's going to need to go big. Core is causing some issues there. Harik spawning on Core as well, but Core and Harik should be taken down any second now by Harik and Co. Or Unfixed and Co, I should say, as Alpha Flag is being taken by Epsilon once again. Epsilon being very aggressive, and that's what they need now, Golden Boy. They need to continue that aggression.
Yeah, honestly, if you're Epsilon, you're trying to end this game as quickly as possible. Honestly, that's really what it's boiling down to. Just get it done. And so taking a look here as Unfixed, he is going to get taken out now. Valutation jumping over to him. He's going to be 5-3 with that kill on Duke now, but he is going to get dropped. Winghaven's 3-0, so he's kicking off the game quite lovely. But he's also going to be playing that position that we've been seeing so many times before, where they hang out over here right by the catwalk and they just continue to give their teammates beneficial spawns. But we got a trip cap here from Epsilon now, as A is going to get capped. But still, you gotta point this out, Benson. A great trip cap for this team. Let's actually hop on board with Epsilon's Gera and see if he is gonna be able to stop B. So they managed to stop B, they're losing A, and they managed to answer back and get C. And that was probably due in part to the great positioning there from Fnatic.
Yeah, Fnatic, they managed to reply to that trip cap almost instantly. And that was very good to see, but Epsilon, you know, as soon as they lost those 2 flags, they pounced straight back on them, and that's gonna be Fnatic just with that 1 flag. Just with A, but Epsilon, they are losing B as we speak. They're going to need to try and make some big plays.
Yep, and so we have Duke here working with Gera, waiting to see if anyone's going to be going through the sky bridge here. But it seems like Gera is going to be pushing in recklessly. He's going to be 7-3, by the way. Able to find one. He got a knife there on Too Easy. Oh, I'm so glad I switched when I did, because you saw the middle part of that knife. That was awesome. And now Epsilon pushing toward A, but you're going to get stopped right away, as Fnatic managed to read that one with ease. We have a tied game, or we had a tied game. It's going to be 54-52 as Epsilon's on the bleed.
Yeah, Fnatic with control of Alpha and Bravo, and that's all they need. They don't really need to push for the trip cap just yet. Just hold that down, try and get yourself a beneficial lead, or at least chunk away at the Epsilon score. But Epsilon, they are having none of it. They dive on that Bravo flag. It's currently neutral. I think they should be able to grab it. They have been able to. There's Core trying to do some work. They managed to pick out a couple of plays. On board with Harik now. What can he do? Currently 3-5 in this game, as you can see the overhead map there on your screen.
Yeah, he's actually watching the backfield, but Core is going to be my player to watch, because again, you know, we talk about, you know, how frustrated he may be with that last game loss, but he, you know, not really showing much signs with it. Him and the Epsilon crew, they're still toiling away here, fighting back, and they do have B. They have Fnatic on the bleed, which means that they can continue to sit lovely. And I love this Skybridge control from Core. He's, you know, if at any point in time B is getting contested, he can go on that bridge and challenge and potentially get that kill. And if you take a look at tabletop right now, it seems like Fnatic, they're trying to figure out what their next move is going to be. But Core, he's going to be there to make a couple good reads.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing Fnatic can do at this point. It's just Epsilon with great map control. And you're right, you know, Core's pretty much got one of the main choke points on the map, controlled by himself. And the Bravo flag, you're going to see it is going to be contested. This is where Core needs to go big for his team. Shuts down one. That was nice. Valutasia. But is he going to be able to contest the B flag? That's the question. And he's just playing that so passively, just waiting for his teammates to try and get down on the ground at that B flag before he peeks around. You see the pre-fire going around the corner. As Valutasia and Too Easy both get dropped. And Epsilon, they're going to hold on to that B flag. And you have to give Core some credit there. Fantastic play from him.
Trusting his teammates, most importantly.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably the coolest thing there, because, you know, any other player probably would have just went around and tried to be Rambo and do it himself, but his teammates are like, you know, we got this. Don't worry about it. Continue doing your job. Now they're losing C, though, as he's going to find Morty in his sights, able to take him out. Core continuing to hold down his position here, lovely. But eventually he is going to have to make a move here on C unless his teammates do go after A, which seems to be the case. But they are losing B now, as he might go in here for the double. He's not going to be able to take out one, going around the side, and they read that one lovely. And that was, again, a beautiful read from Fnatic as Epsilon continuing to maintain control on B. They're going to get this flip now, and this could very well be theirs for the taking. Yes, it is. They're going to get the trip cap as well, Benson. This is huge.
Yeah, Winghaven last up for Team Fnatic. Trip cap locked down, and Epsilon are going to be chunking away now at Fnatic's score, just taking big old chunks every couple of seconds away from them. Fnatic do manage to just grab that A flag in a form of desperation, but Epsilon just showing that they can hang with the best.
Oh, no, that's right. And on top of that, too, I love what Horik's doing. Came around the flank there, so they did not expect him. He's going back for the A cap yet again, and that's going to divert attention here, as Horik is going to be the one pretty much just attracting Fnatic to him. And although they are going to be spawning in the back here, check this out. He is going to be able to get the challenge, and he gets it. He gets the neutralization. That's going to be a lot of tickets that they're losing there. And now B is getting challenged yet again. So Core finally taken out in his Skybridge position, jumping over to Gera here. Let's see if he's going to be able to take out one player. As you can see that flag raising, but Gera's going to be there for the stop, and he gets taken out again. So Duke by himself working toward B. 33 health remaining. He gets cleaned up, as Unfix was going to be there for the stop.
Yeah, nice plays coming from Fnatic, able to reply to that trip cap with relative ease. I think it's fair to say they jumped on A, they jumped on B, managed to get them both, and now it's just going to be Epsilon with control of that C flag. But Fnatic, you know, they are going to be losing that B flag, and that's something they've not been able to do this game as easy as they were previously. The way that they controlled flags in the first couple of games that we watched them play earlier on in the championship was, you know, they'd lock down A and B and that'd be it. You know, then they just spawn trap galore, or they just lock it down. More importantly, not necessarily even a spawn trap. They just would not allow any opposition presence. And it seems like they're finally getting into the groove of things there as they defend B flag twice, and that's gonna again just take down that Epsilon lead, 115 to 85. With around about 8 minutes played, Fnatic, they're coming back into this game.
Yeah, they're going to try and come back into this game, though, Ben, but you can see the spread here. They just got to take out this one player. Look for Garrett actually to be the guy on the pickup, but nevertheless, he's going to see that one red Dorito, or we see the one red Dorito, but it is going to get stopped there, and it will become a flat, you know, just one of those flat lines.
Oh.
Ooh, Garrett just managing to survive there thanks to the use of that health pack. They have B and C, or it looks like they're going after C.
Valutasia had no idea Garrett was stood there. He just ran towards him, didn't realize that he was actually underneath the staircase. Meanwhile, B and C are currently under contention. Fnatic are going to pick up B. Now it's all down to that C flag. C was being contested there, but it looks like Epsilon able to go big on their home flag. But whilst all that's going on, you got to remember, you know, Fnatic have Epsilon on the bleed. They have that 2 flag advantage, so that massive lead that we saw of around about 40 points now is just at 15.
Yeah, but also they managed to lose 4 players there as Valutasia, all 5 down, and that's going to be the opportunity that they needed to go and cap B as quickly as possible. And you can see the spawning happening on the back C. So this is unfortunate because they spawned far back. Usually they would spawn over here back A, but instead they spawned by C, and now that's going to prompt David 2K to have to go all the way around by A, or just have to hang around by here, hope a teammate's going to spawn on him, but they have to make something happen, and they have to do it fast because Fnatic is going to be converging on B.
The problem Epsilon have is that they do rotate towards A. They are going to leave that B flag wide open. You just expect to see Fnatic dive on that B flag as soon as they realize A is being taken any second now. They should just jump on that flag, or they need to, because Epsilon, they dedicated quite a lot of map control towards this A flag. Mort's going to get shut down. It seems like Fnatic, they wanted to defend A rather than jumping on B. I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that play. And David is on a rampage. He's going to shut down 2. Can he find the 3rd? No, he can't. That's unfortunate for him. But, you got to give credit to Epsilon, but you have to question Fnatic's play there. That probably wasn't the best thing to do in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, granted, though, they are getting A right back. So let's see if Duke is going to be able to be there for the stop. He's going to find one player, hit fire, not connecting. And 77 to 65 here. It's a very close game. Epsilon, they are going to manage to get C now, so they have B and C, but they're losing B rapidly. And there will be one member from Epsilon there that's actually going to be too easy. Let's see how Horik's going to respond. He's checking around the usual areas. And he's able to pick him up. Going for Gera now because this is the time you got to start saving those tickets. So going for the revives, that is something that is a necessity, in my opinion, right now. And they do manage to hold down B. Look at here, man. Look at the way that they're positioned. No one's going to be flanking around them by C, although Epsilon is going to be rather pushed up on B, or past B, I should say. Still, they're going to continue to maintain control.
Epsilon having a great game now as we approach the last couple of minutes, controlling that B and C flag so well, but Fnatic, they're going to try and jump on B. They need to get control of this. It's going to be David 2K trying to do some defensive work. He has one. Dorita right for him. It's going to be Winghaven. He does pick up the kill. Flag is going to go to Fnatic, though. David, he's one of the only players for Epsilon. He is going to get shut down at that B flag, though, so he's not going to be able to do much. And now, once again, Fnatic just going to try and chip away at that lead that Epsilon have built themselves.
Yeah, that's just been... This matchup has been so crazy, just so close between these. This is what you expect here at this caliber of competition, Benson.
Yep.
And Core leading the charge here with this team, and although he may be 10 and 12, I got to give Core credit because solid plays from him with Skybridge defense really allowed him and his team to be able to push up on B comfortably without, the fear of thinking, we're going to get taken out from the flank. That is something that Core was doing very well. But now, starting to see Epsilon, give in a little bit here as it is going to be all tied up here at 47-48. And now it's going to continue to dwindle on the lead here of Epsilon. They were doing so well, but they just gave it up here at the probably the most pivotal of moments.
I agree. Look for David to go big for his team. He's currently around about 1,000 points higher than anyone else on top of that leaderboard for his team. He's been having a great game, playing the OBJ as best as he possibly can, but Fnatic coming into full force, and Unfixed is currently 22-9, having a blinding game. Valutasia 17-10, too easy 20-13. The slaying powerhouse that is Fnatic, they are back in the building, and they are dominating the closing few moments of this game, but watch out for Epsilon. They try and dive on the B flag. That's short-lived, though. Fnatic looking at closing this one out.
Wait a minute, though. You are going to have 3 down here for Fnatic as Valutasia and Winghaven. The last 2 left alive. Winghaven's going to be over by the Skybridge. You're going to have one guy over by B. That's going to be Valutasia, perhaps. And let's see here as the nades are going to be flying in. They have to make a play, not giving them that 44 ticket advantage. That's something you don't want. Valutasia, he's going to get dropped. Here, let's see what's going on with Horik now. As I would jump over with him. He's going to be getting, he's going to be capping, and it seems like they do manage to get A, but they are going to be losing B. No, that's going to be Duke on there. He's going to find a player in front of him, able to get the hip fire victory. That's going to be huge. Finding another one. Is that nade going to connect? No, it's going to actually bounce and deflect back off of that crate as Duke staying alive. I don't know how he's still living.
Like 3-4 nades, and he's still picking up assists and kills. He looks like he's going to challenge Winghaven.
Oh, goodness
Gets another
gracious.
pick. This is huge play coming from Duke in the closing few seconds.
They're going for a trip.
A flag is being taken. They need to push C, and they need to grab it before that A flag flips because they do not want to be on the bleed for any seconds. I mean, 14 tickets, that's absolutely nothing. Fnatic with just 30. Again, another pick coming. And Epsilon, this is why you can never count them out. The B flag is being taken, though. It's going to be taken by Fnatic, but a kill assist again from Duke. He's just on form. It looks like he's going to grab that B flag once again, but only 13 tickets remaining for Epsilon. This is right on the edge of your seats moments.
This is going to be crazy here. Winghaven's going to be right in front of Duke. He's going to see if he can take him out. Another guy there as well, Morte. He gets dropped. That's going to be 2 down, and we could end up seeing a trip cap, but they're going to actually give up on C.
Rotation to A, though.
Yeah, they're rotating A. Duke is not going to have anyone here on A, so he's going to be able to get this one without a problem whatsoever. 21 tickets, 12 tickets on the other side, and a big double kill out of Horik to be able to secure that one for his team. Looking here, Unfixed, he's going to get taken out. We're going to have a trip cap yet again. Then let's see, where are these guys going to be spawning? They're going to be spawning by the rubble. They're going to be spawning by the rubble, making their way over to B. Let's see here, we're going to have Duke by himself, but look at Gera to be able to get this pick. He's going to find too easy on one side. There's going to be another guy. They know that he's going to be over by the catwalk here, and they are going to go for a challenge, and I don't know how Epsilon has been able to come back into this game, Ben.
How have they done that? They managed to lock down a trip cap.
Oh my goodness.
The rotation was fantastic. Epsilon, they refuse to die, and that's going to be an 11 ticket advantage going into the second side. Fnatic, they're going to be sat there thinking, how have we just allowed that to happen?
How do they do that?
That's just amazing. Take notes. That's how you play domination.
Well, of course, Horik and Duke. Duke had crazy clutches. Crazy clutch plays on B.
The big thing about Duke was he wasn't even necessarily just picking up all the kills. He was picking up the assists. He was helping his team, and he was the heads-up player. He rotated to C, then immediately rotated to A, and managed to pick up both those two flags, and he was the key reason Epsilon were actually able to lock down that trip cap, and arguably the reason Epsilon won that game.
But we're only talking 11 tickets, though,
it is nothing, but you know, considering how close that game was, that's a chunk.
11 tickets means the world at this point.
Oh, yeah.
So, wow, what a game, guys. That was sick. Okay, so now we have the stage is set. Round 2 is going to begin here in just a second. Make sure you guys are out there voting for who you think is going to take the W. Who's your favorite team? Make sure you're supporting it right now, man. When you cut all the crap and when you have a good game of Battlefield 4, it doesn't get any better. Seriously, it is just so intense.
That was crazy.
So intense.
So much stuff going on as well. You know, you have to be watching all the different plays from every team because they're all making big plays. That was the key there. Every single player having a fantastic game, going up clutch when they needed to. And, you know, Duke, can't praise him enough for some of those plays that he was making in the grand.
But on the other side, too, though, Fnatic, I mean, they did a splendid job of just overtaking Epsilon.
But then they threw it away.
I know, but you still...
You can't praise
if they do that at a key point at the end, that could be it. We could see Fnatic go into the Dream Arena.
Well, they already have that one map advantage from the first game in this best of 3. Second game still up for grabs. Epsilon going into the second map with 11-point advantage. But let's dive straight into the action and have a look at the breakoff. That's what it's all about for me.
Yeah, the breakoff here. Make sure you guys are voting for your teams. All right, so let's see. Where are these two teams going to be moving? So you're going to have one player that's actually going to be Jera pushing straight up now. And he's going to go immediately for the challenge on C. I am loving this move here because they do not know that he's going to be there. He's going to have this coverage here for himself. But look at the 4-man push that's going to be going down over by B. It's going to be Horik. It's going to be by himself. And already out the break, you're going to see as Fnatic are going to be able to reclaim control of B. And now they have a 2-cap, and they were working on a 3-cap, but that's not going to be the case.
Fnatic actually grabbed C and B before Epsilon were even able to grab their home flag. That just shows you they didn't waste time with that B flag. 4 players just running at it. And that A flag is actually currently being taken by Valutasia. So that's going to show you Fnatic going just straight in here. They haven't lost a ticket yet, and they're going to go for the trip cap.
Oh, goodness gracious.
He's going to get it.
Yeah, but they're going to lose. They're going to lose C, though. They're going to lose C. They know that. There were like 4 Doritos back there, so they're going to lose C. But now the question is, are they going to lose A? As Valutasia is going to get picked off. Morte dropping all the way across, going toward metal detector. Nade's flying in, and he just needs to stay up for a second. He's going to be at 56 health there. No healing pack just yet dropped down for him. There, finally, you can see it. He's going to find one guy, so we have A and C. Epsilon's going to answer right back at the start of this game. Although it is 179 to 196, you got to give credit to Epsilon. They held their composure, and they're putting him on the bleed, and they're also going for the trip cap. But keep in mind, A is getting flipped.
Yeah, Morte did a good job of just staying alive throughout all of that. Picked up a big kill on Duke as well. Both A and B currently under contention, but Epsilon, yeah, they're down. They're down very early in this game. I mean, that was just fantastic aggression from Fnatic. It gave them around about a 25-point lead straight off the bat within the first minute, and that's huge for them. And now Fnatic, as the game just starts to settle down a little bit, they have A, they have B. Epsilon on the bleed. That 11-point lead that they had is already diminished.
Yeah, so that's why we're basically having just like an entirely new side of domination on Dawnbreaker. So that's just what you're seeing here, guys. So now Winghaven's going to go give it that teammate pickup, but that's going to give his other teammate, that's going to give Gera actually a kill, as all of Epsilon are going to be there for that respawn, but Morte is going to be by himself by B. Let's see if he's going to be able to defend this by himself. It's going to be crazy if he's able to do so. Jera's going to be on one side. He is going to have one teammate actually above. Oh my goodness, the movement out of Morte as he just amazing.
was just some Batman stuff. He just like jumped up, jumped over. How are you
Oh my
doing,
goodness.
sat in the corner, bro?
Oh, I lost myself there. That was too much.
It was fantastic play from him, that's for sure. Too easy challenging with a pistol, not gonna happen. He gets taken down. 174 to 162. It's going to be Epsilon with the 2-cap. However, Bravo is currently under congestion. It's going to be Valutation for Team Fnatic, who's going to try and grab that flag. Let's not forget, just an 11 ticket advantage. That is all that separates these two teams going into the second side.
Yeah, so you have to think that Fnatic's playing with an 11 ticket disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
So the second it gets to 11 tickets, they're done. And Fnatic, they're more than aware of this. So, and those 11 tickets at pivotal moments like we just saw earlier plays such a huge factor now, especially if the game continues going like this, where it's within spitting distance of one another. I mean, look at this. You have 154 to 168. That can go away in a heartbeat. Seems like too easy. He's waiting. He does find two players going for the double kill as well. Oh, he's going to miss on the double. He's going to send that nade down, and his teammate's going to be there for the pick. That's going to give them that one nicely, as it seems like they are going to be losing B. What's Too Easy going to do here? Is he going to push by C, or is he going to assist his teammates by B? It seems like he's going to go for B as he puts shots on Duke. Can't quite connect with it, but his teammate Unfix will be there for the stop. Finally, Too Easy taken out. He's 8-1 right now, but Morty is going to be 7-2 as well.
Yeah, those two having a great start to this game, and I'm curious to see what Morty's actually up to. Has one in front of him, picks up the kill assist. Unfortunately, not able to save his teammate there, though. He did go down, but again, you know, Fnatic with that A and B control, it's Epsilon who are on that bleed, and they're going to need to switch this up as quickly as they possibly can. They need to grab control of that B flag.
Yeah, I'm looking now and seeing what Valutation is going to do. He's waiting. There's going to be two guys actually by catwalk, so those players are going to be spawned coming through to B. And I mean, the control here has been stupendous from Fnatic thus far. You know, with that 11 ticket advantage, they've managed to pretty much just make it a non-factor.
Yeah. Well, they eliminated it within the first 30 seconds. You know,
Yeah,
that trip cap was just like, all right, let's just get rid of that lead and then play from there. And now, you know, you've got Fnatic 160 to 118 points up with just under 5 minutes played. B, looks like it is going to finally change control to Epsilon. There's going to be some big plays made there by Horik, I believe. But Epsilon, they do manage to grab control of it. And that's going to just now, they're going to have to slowly and surely chip away at that Fnatic lead.
Yeah, and, you know, again, I mean, we've been seeing this time and time again, Benson, where, you know, you think you have a sizable lead, you think you have like a 40 ticket advantage, and then it's just gone.
Yeah, it goes in a minute and
just
and
vanishes.
half, yeah.
You're just like, what happened? We were doing so good. So, I mean, honestly, you know, Fnatic at any point in time, if they're not careful, if they don't act right now, they can give up a very sizable lead, but Horik is going to get taken out by Too Easy. Too Easy having a great game as always, 11-3, what you expect there out of the ace from Fnatic. And on the other side here, Core stepping up big time, which is what I want to see out of a player of his caliber, because he, again, holding down that catwalk, that is such a pivotal position. It gives your teammates an opportunity to spawn on you and move on B and C with ease. With ease. No one will be able to challenge, besides maybe this one guy here. But again, Core has eyes over that. There are going to be two players coming around the side. Look for Core to be supporting from that one. Gera now actually on the flank, as they are going to be losing B. It's going to be a connection there. Too Easy getting taken out by Gera. And Valutation is going to be there for the stop as well. Now jumping over to Horik, who will continue to maintain position over by the Skybridge, is what we saw Core do in that last game. And it seems like Core ended up dropping out again, as I could see over by his side there. It is only just a game thing, so he is going to be back in just a couple of minutes. But again, you have to wonder at this point, that's costly.
Yeah, that's massive. You know, you're just allowing Fnatic just extra time, you know. That extra lockdown, that extra bleed, and they have A and B. They don't need to push that C flag. And the 11-point lead is nothing, but still, you know, this time where you're not playing with your fifth team member is going to be massive. Now you're going to have to look for Epsilon to come back into this game composed when Core does manage to finally join back. If they lose their composure, they will lose this map. That is simple as that.
Yeah, you're very, very right about that, Benson. But let's see here. Let's see what Horik is going to be able to do, as we are going to have one player actually on the top street, so Horik's going to have to read that one. And it seems like Core is going to be right back into this game, so he can continue to play the way that he was playing before. I could very well see Epsilon come back into this, because they've been challenging, man. They've been challenging B. They've been contesting it quite a bit here making moves, and that has just been amazing to see. But unfortunately, they need that fifth man to be able to create that, give them that blanket of, that cover that they desperately need so that they can move in on B.
They just need that added bit of security from that fifth player, and that's exactly what Cord does provide. He is back in the game now, but is it too much too late? Have Fnatic managed to just do enough damage? Because, let's not forget, this is the second map, Golden Boy. The first map Fnatic managed to win. It's a best of 3. So if Fnatic pick up this round, that's going to be Epsilon going home. I'm
not counting out Epsilon just yet. There's no way I can count out Epsilon right now. Not with the way that they've been playing, man. I don't know. And look at this here. Duke with a big stop there. B is going to be wide open, as that's going to give an opportunity to make a cap happen. Watch over here, though, as Duke knows the shots are going to be exchanged over by the staircase. But a big pickup out of core. And
I swear to God.
If Epsilon do manage to get this trip cap, well, no. So it seems like David... Wait, they're going to get it. They got the trip cap.
Are you freaking serious right now? How?
Yeah, but they have players down, though. They are going to lose B immediately. So look for Core. He has to go huge, and he's going to get taken out as there was going to be a player on the side. Now that's going to sacrifice that position. They're going to go and get B right away, and they have to make sure that they have A covered so that they can begin to make moves over by B. But man, Benson, that trip cap, if they would have held it for at least 20 seconds, could have done a lot of damage to Fnatic.
Oh, absolutely. That would have chunked away Fnatic's lead. It would have made it pretty much non-existent. But that just shows you, with Epsilon, with that full team in the game, they can cause some serious issues against whoever they play against. And that's why, they are such a good team. They fought through the BYOC, and they fought through yesterday's group play as well. Managed to qualify in extraordinary fashion in the very last game, where they actually managed to win a game with 4 people. That was it. It was a 4v5, and they beat XDS, and everyone was going crazy about that. But now, Epsilon backs against the wall. They do have Fnatic do have B and C, and Epsilon's score is slowly ticking away. And let's not forget, if they drop below 11 tickets, that's GG.
Yeah, if that's right, Epsilon. No, if Fnatic drops below 11 tickets, it's GG.
Sorry, yeah.
But you're right about that, though, and that's something that is going to Epsilon's favor. They could be down to 20 tickets, and they still have 20 tickets.
Yeah.
That's it. If they can manage to get B and hold it down and play the way that they've been playing and not get trip cap, which seems like that's going to be the case, and they do get trip cap at the worst possible time, Epsilon, they're going to be able to hold this down over by A, and Horik, he's going to be there for the pickup. Now they're going to have 24 tickets to 110 tickets remaining. This is going to be very grim territory if you're an Epsilon fan.
If you're an Epsilon fan, you need to try and get behind the team, because they are just slowly ticking away. It's not looking good for them right now.
They got to get creative with movement. They got to get creative, but it seems like everywhere that they go, there's going to be a Fnatic player there for the stop. Boric is going to be there for the challenge. They do manage to get B back. They're going to have 15 tickets remaining here, Benson. So they have something to work with, but again, they keep on dying, and that is just going to give up more tickets, and they're losing B here. I don't know if anyone's going to be in the vicinity to make a stop happen. I'm trying to cycle through players as fast as I can. David's going to be fighting a couple of guys there by Catwalk. It's actually going to be unfixed there. He's going to get hit markers on him. Moving around, getting the hip fire. 8 tickets remaining against 104 Epsilon. They are not going to stop fighting until the last dying breath. 5 tickets remaining here, as everyone pretty much at this point just has to, if you die, you're dead. That's it, unless you manage to get a revive. Duke is going to go in there. He's going to fight his way through.
They push for the trip cap as well. You have to
admire this.
You have to admire it. With 1 ticket left, they're going for the trip cap. They can only get those revives. They cannot respawn in. That's why Horik and David are currently out of this game. That's just going to leave Duke and Jarrett and Cole up. They managed to control A and B, so they are going to start the bleed. If Epsilon do this, I am walking out of this venue, and I am never looking back. This would be the most historic comeback of all time. Are they going to be able to? They only have 3 players up, but Fnatic, one of their players has actually dropped out of the game, so this is actually a 3v4 for now. If Epsilon have any chance, it's going to be now. They need to go big on that B flag, though.
Yeah, well, let's see here. Too Easy's going to be there. He's going to get picked off. 92 tickets remaining. The B flip is going to be happening.
By himself. It's
game.
That's
it. That's it.
Wow.
Epsilon have been eliminated. Fnatic have won.
Fnatic go through and advance to the grand final.
Imagine if that would have happened, though. That would have been insane.
I would have.
And I
would have gone supersonic sound.
Where I give Epsilon credit with that, they, in their mind, they were going to win that. And that's the same way when I used to compete. I don't care if I was down 10-1 in flags. I still had in my mind that I was going to win.
That's the mentality.
There was nothing that would stop me.
You have to have that mentality. I mean, if you don't have that, you're never going to win anything.
Yep, guys. Well, that's going to wrap up that game. I don't know if the other game had commenced or It seems like we are going to do an interview with Fnatic, so that's going to be going on, getting their reactions, how they're feeling about the Dream Arena. So we're going to go ahead and do that in just a little bit, and then we're going to find out. I don't know if the other game had started
I don't think
yet.
it started yet. That's going to be the Eyeballers versus AAA, the other semi-final. That's going to be a big game you guys aren't going to want to miss. But the big story from this morning's gameplay, Fnatic advanced to the grand final later on today.
That's right, guys. So we'll see you in just a little bit with an interview with Fnatic.